Where are we going to be playing?
All right, we'll remind you that Vitality beat Penta Sports in the French Nationals around a week or so ago, and it was a 7-3 victory on bank for Vitality. So something to keep in mind. It was more of a recent result. Penta banning out Consulate, Vitality going for Coastline, and Cafe and Clubhouse have been removed. Border taken away by Penta, oddly enough, as this is kind of a map that Vitality are very well known for. A bit too predictable when playing against Penta on it. What'll be our last one? Bank and Villa again. All right.
Okay. So
Vitality, man. Vitality on Villa with Bibu and Stiggy. That's...
Both of these teams have never lost Villa this season. They have yet to lose it, but they've also only played it once each. So this is definitely a corner map for both of them. What do you guys think? Who's going to win? Just go ahead and tell us.
Understandable, looking at Vitality's performance in the previous play day. They really demolished Giants. And
they did.
That was 7-0 in Cafe Dostoevsky. I highly recommend to go and watch it just to see like how bad it can get.
They earned a lot of fans that day, I bet.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't necessarily... but we saw Giants play pretty poorly, but it wasn't all bad. It was also Vitality playing amazing. Let's load in the match now.
All right. Villa between Vitality and Penta Sports. Vitality starting off on the attacking side and Penta on the defense. And we'll see how things go in the ban phase. So Penta will be starting off here by banning out one attacker.
You know what I think that Vitality could still qualify.
Because they can get up to 25. And because G2 got only 1 point, yeah, it's possible, but...
The scenario where Vitality qualify is that Na'Vi don't get any points for the remainder of the season. G2 doesn't get one win, and Empire doesn't get one win.
And how can Na'Vi get nothing? Because they're playing... So Chaos needs to beat Na'Vi, and Na'Vi needs to lose today against Empire, which would put Na'Vi and Empire, Vitality and Empire tied. But who has the tiebreak in Vitality Empire? That's the big question. Let me check that real quick.
Empire has it.
Then it wouldn't happen.
Yeah, 7-4 win for Empire. Played day 11.
Yeah, what's the aggregate score?
Let me check.
Let me see. Vitality, Empire. Yeah, it's 14-9 to Empire. Yeah, so no way.
Because they still,
No way. Even if they tie in points, it doesn't matter.
Really? Yeah.
I mean,
there you go.
14-9 over it, so there's no way. Even if the maximum you can get is up to 25 for Vitality. So,
well, I mean, you know, it's been a good run. Yeah. But again, that's assuming Empire gets a win. You know, like, if they don't, then
Na'Vi still would be higher than Vitality and...
No, because Na'Vi has 24 right now, man.
Yeah, but...
Like, if Na'Vi loses... Wait a minute. If Na'Vi loses all of theirs...
Yeah, but if Na'Vi loses all of theirs...
Then Empire wins.
That means Empire qualifies. See?
What if they draw? Who has the tiebreak between
Na'Vi and Vitality? Na'Vi, Vitality. Currently, Na'Vi has it 8-10. 10-8.
10-8?
Yes.
So just barely...
even then... Na'Vi would make it.
So down to the rounds. We were just trying to make sure that Vitality can't make it, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome to our life over the past week or so.
So basically, and it changes every time something different happens. Like Giants winning here, that changed a lot. Or not winning, but drawing. They got the win. That changed a lot. So yeah, basically down to the last round, Vitality can't go, which is interesting. It comes down to the tiebreak, too. That's insane. Anyway, let's go ahead and... or, you know what? Don't treat that as gospel. But definitely, it's unlikely.
I mean...
Vitality... The math lines up for us.
The math checks out. But, hey, we're doing it during broadcast, so things can happen.
Yeah, things can. Anyway, so, going to Kitchen first round. We're going to stop about the whole them qualifying thing. We're going to focus on this match here. And we'll see how Vitality choose to attack onto Kitchen. The way that they're setting up right now, it looks like it's going to be a top floor clear. There are no roamers above the Kitchen right now that I can see through the outlines. But there are some C4 set up below. That seems to be a focus for Penta.
So, Mayday and the rest of Vitality are droning about here, making sure there's nobody inside of Astronomy, not even in bathroom or in bedroom. That's really the initial position you'll enter from. Make sure you blow open those floorboards. There's no buck in play, but breaching charges are being brought up by Bibu. He's going to be checking about and maybe can actually find Ravan if he uses his cassette threat correctly here. We'll go back around in 90 and just making sure that everything is clear, that there's no utility played in and around him. There's one player below him. I'm not sure if that's the Pulse playing in there. No, he should have fallen back. There we go. He's in kitchen. So Ravan is taking his sweet time downstairs as Bibu is looking for utility.
Look at how the C4s are set up right now from Penta. They are ready to throw them up and get some kills. A lot of this is going to come down to how Bibu plays. Like if he can, find the C4s. Oh, there's one of them used. If he can find the pulse maybe on his heartbeat detector, get a kill. All on that IQ. And where those C4s are placed, of course. Opening up above this wall is so that Qual can open the wall, and he's going to do that.
Going live.
Wall open now. He has access immediately into the site. He's going to put a little bit more pressure on these anchors.
So it's going to push the Pulse back just a tiny bit, and that's why you see him set in kitchen. Not really expecting anybody to come in from the pantry. We'll spot something that's an ADS right next to him, and there you go. That's what Bibu is looking for, trying to shoot at Ravan and actually be able to do 25 damage to him. The Zofia is watching from above as Qual will come around, and that's the pressure they needed. They spotted the Pulse inside of the pantry, and they should be able to push him back into the welcoming arms of the Zofia as Stigi comes around. Oh! Blast flicks right in the head of Stigi, and he gets the kill.
That's a big kill there for Blaz. Top performer for his team in this season, and he's going to prove it there on the staircase. Really shouldn't have been able to win that fight, but he made it happen anyway. And he's going to be able to rotate upstairs if he chooses to commit to that line. 20 seconds left for Vitality to push in. This is typical Vitality. A little bit of regression here. They were attacking faster last time we saw them, but we'll see if they can make this work for them. Enemy will take down Spark as well. Penta putting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 together. It's all on Bibu. He's going to have to get an ace in 6 seconds. It doesn't seem very likely, I'll be honest, but Bibu's done some crazy stuff, and no, he won't. There you go, flawless round from Penta to start things off. Great play from Blaz to set the tempo on retaking the top floor, and it's a good start. So, again, while Vitality aren't very likely to go to land, if it's even at all possible, which it probably isn't, the math for us doesn't seem to suggest it is. While that's not going to happen, there is a lot on the line here for their opponents, for Penta. So just to put the standings into perspective for you, to give you kind of a frame of reference for what's going on here, Penta find themselves in 7th. Now, 7th is a relegation spot. It means that if you find yourself there at the end of the season, then you're going to have to fight against the top teams from Challenger League in your region to get out of that spot and then, persist in Pro League, to keep playing in Pro League. That's where Penta is right now. With 11 points, they find themselves there. Chaos is right above them with 13 points. Now, the big deal here is that, if I'm not mistaken, if Penta win here, that'll put them at 14 points. And that means that Penta will get out of the relegation spot. Another really significant factor to keep in mind is that in the final play day, Chaos plays Na'Vi and Penta plays G2. And both of those teams, both Na'Vi and G2, are still in the running for LAN, despite Giants qualifying. So those matches are very important for Na'Vi and G2. And they've been performing really well for this season.
By the way, currently there are 4 more play days left for EU Challenger League and Challenger League in general. So those are October 18th, 21st, 25th, and 28th.
It'll ride a little bit further past Pro League.
Currently, Forza, BDS, Game Ward, and Orglis are the top 4. Secret are 5 points behind Orglis. But just a reminder, CL functions in a double play day. So instead of playing 4 best of ones, they play 8, and each team plays 2 best of ones against different teams. So just an update, or I guess that's the same team. Just to update that.
Where'd you say Secret was?
Secret are on 5th place right now. You need, by the way,
is that
5th place? You need top 4 to go to the playoffs, and then the top 2 from the playoffs can play against the top 2 team or the bottom 2 teams in EU Pro League.
Is that why I saw that tweet from Leon You say something along the lines of, I don't know what to do anymore. It's because, did he lose a match in Chandra League? Is that what happened?
Yep, they're currently down, and their latest game, they tied against BDS, and they lost as well to BDS, 7-4 and then 6-6.
Yeah, because, okay.
With Shaiko, but BDS is just a crazy team to say.
So these are the types of opponents that Penta has to look forward to if they lose this match, or whether if they can't overcome their enemy. But that could happen in the last Playday too. We'll see.
It's a big fight between Penta and Chaos for that 7th spot.
Yeah, it's really, really important to get out of it and see if you can get into 6, just outside of that relegation. Vitality looking to open up the wall. And it is soft right now. This is very odd, the fact that the master wall hasn't been reinforced. Just going to spray it open.
I think that confuses Vitality more than would if it had been a reinforced wall.
Well, I mean, the reinforced wouldn't be confusing at all, right?
Yeah.
But I think the confusion is slowing Vitality down, that's for sure.
There you go. Bibu, though, is going to answer with a kill. Enemy taken away. And not all of his Gumans have been deployed, but the majority of them should be 5 to 6 out there. And the Mossy, actually, Ravon, is watching in the office. Study, I guess.
It's a good pick there from Bibu. Nowhere near the site, though, which is relevant. The anchors are still intact. Penta has a decent amount of control, and they're going to use it to take down Qual. Janix, a nice long angle fight there. As Qual hits the floor, that's the last hard breacher gone. Which what a push there from Hungry. He gets one, but Stiggy is quick on the trigger, and he'll shut down Hungry.
Ravon watching around here by 90, and Janix is going to get shot from Bibu. That's, again, you forget that the wall is soft. There's only one part of it that has been reinforced. And this is going to strike Penta so badly. Mozzie's further away, but the sites have not been contested or pushed just yet for the plant. And Blast is watching. Even the entrance from the bedroom. He's unsure where opponents are. Stiggy finds Ravon. Blast is last alive, and not for long. Playing behind the bomb, Stiggy will come around the corner and find the headshot on him. And
big round there for Stiggy. Look at that.
I talked to him about this on the flight back from Valencia, and I'm asking, like, you're one of the few people that actually play SMG-12. Why?
It's actually becoming popular more now.
Yeah, he's like, honestly, I just feel so comfortable with it compared to the recoil, like the visual recoil that sees at 75. I'm like, yeah, fair enough. And he's definitely been doing a lot of work with it. I think another player that really does well with it is Aces, and we saw him do just so well with really any gun or any SMG you give him.
Yeah, it's hits his shots, that's for sure. Stiggy as well. I mean, if you look at the stats, Stiggy is, I think, the second top performer for his team.
Right behind
below
Bibu. Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah, good round there from Stiggy and a good performance from Vitality as a whole. The big thing there is I don't want to say this because it harkens back to an age that I thought long dead, and that was the age where basic mistakes cost teams rounds, like not reinforcing the master wall. But as much as I hate to say it, I am going to say that that looked like a mistake from Penta. I don't think they intended to leave 2 walls on Master unreinforced. Because I mean, Janix completely exposed himself to it when he was inside a trophy, and he was a really big pick on the anchors. Because he died, it opened up a lot of room for Vitality, which suggests to me that he wasn't aware of the angle, and that suggests to me that he hadn't practiced the lack of reinforcements on that wall in scrims. And if that's the case, then it was a mistake. So maybe Penta has some kind of trick involved with that whole thing, but to me that just looked like a whoopsie. And you can't be, you shouldn't be making those kinds of mistakes. That's for sure. And we'll see if Penta can recover from that. It was only 1 round, which is worth keeping in mind.
So Bibu coming in will destroy the default cam and astronomy, and he's got the Dokebi below as well. There we go. Stiggy has come about and is setting up close here for the trophy. Just trying to destroy the barricade. Just taking their time here. The Vitality drone about and make sure that they have tabs on their opponents before they push up. Might be a push via the vault. It's a possibility. You have the Zofia, so you can blow open that. There's only mute jammers that are available, so that's a strategy maybe to open up a hole in the vault and have a line of sight into the rotation part of your opponents on Aviator Games Room. It hasn't happened in a while, actually, but It's a pretty good sound strategy, given the fact that there's no Kite and no Bandit. Let's see a decent chunk of use on this side. Oh, but Janix turns around and finds Bibu. He had that bulletproof camera in the hallway. He couldn't deal with it here, Vitality.
Now, Vitality, having gotten the pick onto, or having lost the player on 90, they've lost a little bit of control, but not that much. They still actually have control of 90 itself. So it's not the end of the world for them. They've got to be careful what they peek now. And Bibu was, of course, you know, one of those top performers, but you still got, you've got Stiggy waiting to make his name known in this round.
Who's playing downstairs, actually, for PENTA? Is it Revan?
Don't know.
I would assume it is. No. Haha. So there's no Nitro Cell to be thrown in from below to block an assault from 90.
They still got a good hold downstairs, and PENTA have that man advantage. They're also holding on to... Study right now. And since they have control of Study, they can do a whole lot here. Blast is going to get taken out thanks to the phone call, forcing him to move, and Red being ready for that. That's good coordination from Vitality, you got to say.
Oh, enemy, great play here with the shield. Just watching the top of the main stairs. Your classic tough position. This is the spot if you're playing the Legion. And because there's an ADS, it was not burned off completely. Stiggy will lose out one of his frag grenades. Qual gets one. Stiggy so close to getting the shot on enemy, but still is going to be tagged down low on HP. The Ghoul Mine in support. Spark, though, comes into sight. Gonna go for the plan here. Janix and enemy will fall. Hungry is alive. Last in. He's got a shotgun, but Spark, perfect positioning and distance away from the shotty. He's just taken no damage before. Walks around, and that's a spot where it's a bit of a long shot. You go for it with the shotty. You're not really expecting that distance. A valiant effort for PENTA.
All right, there you go. PENTA managed to take a round, take a round hit, sorry, I should say. So that last round actually looked like it was going to be PENTA, and the reason it wasn't is because of those two picks that we saw Spark managed to get as he pushed into the site. We also saw Hungry at the end there, dying seconds of the round. Decides to wide peek. Not the best call, but, you know, Vitality are plenty happy about that. There was also the hold inside of Study. The hold in Study for PENTA was good, but for some reason they decided to push into Study in the late end of the round there, allowing Spark to get some picks as well. So it's just, it was all over the place. Or actually, it wasn't even Spark, it was Qual who managed to push in to get those Study picks. It was all over the place for PENTA. But their anchors really were the ones to let that slip away. And it does happen, but it's rough when you see it. Now PENTA are going to be going to Kitchen once more. This is the only site that PENTA have managed to win. And it was because of time, I believe. Yeah, it was time pressure. No, it was partially time pressure, and it was also Blast flanking from the main stairs.
Yeah, it was Bibu left on his own, and Blast got the early pick playing the Legion. Went up here on the island and got the first kill. I'm not sure who it was, but regardless, the flank was left wide open and allowed Blast to get all the way up into the bedroom and then fight the last player alive in that round, Bibu. But now, back on to Kitchen. As we were saying, the big thing, though, with what Vitality were doing is that they realized, okay, we need to isolate the pulse. And that's something that they did fairly effectively. But the flank watch was the big hurdle.
Yeah, because Blaz was able to get that kill and then go upstairs. Vitality couldn't stop him. Blaz doing Blaz things. Bibu trying to come in here by Art, along with Stiggy. On the roam clear. They know where their enemy is, over by the living room. And there you go. Bibu trying to take that challenge right now. Stiggy also holding on to the hallway just in case this Legion of Blast tries to rotate. Legion Trap goes out there, but Bibu spots it. Means he probably won't step on it. Oh, and the long angle fight goes the way of Blast. But Rid elsewhere, is going to take down Bibu. Oh, why did I say that? Enemy using his pistol, actually, on IQ. That wasn't, it couldn't have been he detected the Jaeger through the floor because he doesn't, unless he was placing ADS. Odd that it's going to be enemy you take out through the floor, but there you go. Maybe we saw a push from enemy up the astronomy stairs, for all we know.
Yeah, we couldn't quite catch that to see how the play was being set. And Spark will go in, and drone in the wine cellar. There's nobody there, but Hungry still finds Stiggy. Was that through a hole? Or no? Oh, that was an extremely long angle. That's
Looks like he was just trying to challenge onto the main hallway there. Ooh, nice kill from Brid. Detects him through the floor somehow, and then she manages to shoot him. There you go. All right. Using the primary weapon, no less.
That's the rise of the G8 nowadays. I'm seeing it in play more and more often.
I think he had a C4 in his hands. Is what caused that.
Actually,
Because he was moving. Yeah.
that's true.
There you go. Good kill there for Red. And Vitality have a lot of lines cut out of this site right now. They're using that to the best of their ability and try and cut off rotations, maybe take out a few more anchors. Doesn't look like there are any anchors, actually. Well, it's a Memorial play, and by Island as well. No, it's purely Memorial. Now a rotation to the hallway. A double take maybe around to Red. Whatever's happening here. Brid's going to get another kill through the wall. That's 3 kills through the wall, but a double for Blaz, and he denies the plant. Brid's on 1 HP, and he's got to find 2 more, but he gets Blaz. That's the quad. He needs but 1 more for the ace and the win. Hungry on full HP against Brid's low HP, but his position is known. Are you going to land the shots? Yes, you are. What? Hungry, what are you doing? Brid gets the ace. How? Hungry is scared. If anything, he's scared.
How? What? What just happened? There was like no reaction. Ay ay ay.
It's not. I don't have much else to say other than what I've said about that. That was. You know, the really rough thing is that when Blaz died there, you see the HP of your enemy, right?
Yeah.
You call that, he's got a sliver of HP. Use your gas canisters. Challenge with the SMG-11. Shotgun, doesn't matter.
If he had smokes left?
He might have. It doesn't matter.
We don't know that, but yeah, anything.
It honestly, it
no
doesn't
HP.
matter. The HP had to have been called at that point.
Dude, I was expecting Rede to just like step into a goo mine and then die.
Yeah, me too. Or for Hungry to just challenge. But he tried to crouch behind the bomb. The bomb is not adequate cover for that play.
Especially not that one.
If he was behind the island, like if he was far back on the other side of the island, which is where the the pile of boxes and the desk and the bomb all are. If he was behind the desk, then Hungry would have been safe.
You know what the odd thing is? Blast came, when he got the 2K, he denied the diffuser plant. He spotted the Habana planting, and he watched the diffuser.
Yeah.
He knew that it was there, so the info had to have been relayed.
Yeah, there's so many layers of things that went wrong there. And honestly, again, I'll lay that at the feet of Hungry. Which is weird, because Hungry, historically, is like one of the, he's insane. He's supposed to be like a. He is. He's a really good player. He's a backbone for this team. I'm surprised that he couldn't make that round work for him. Well, I mean, this is taking away from Brid's excellent ace. Good round to him. He got 3 kills through walls. 3. And then he mopped up the last 2 after his team failed to plant. Big ups for Brid. That's a really, really impressive round.
So now, Vitality looking good after that victory. Again, attacking wins on Villa are so important. Every win you can get is massive. And they had been just handed that last round, which makes it all the more damaging to Penta, who are trying to hold on for dear life, because next playdate they are playing against G2, and Chaos have won their matchup against Sisu, which means they are 2 points ahead of Penta. This is relegation spot right now, and you do not want to be fighting against the cream of the crop of EUCL, because they are coming for you.
Yeah, EUCL is scary. It really is.
Yeah.
It's straight intimidating. And Ravon going to be holding on to Games Room. He'll actually get a kill before going down himself, so good job to Ravon, managing to peel 1 away. Bibu's going to get the refrag onto Blaz, but Ravon did a good job at least.
Oh!
Over by 90, Janix is going to go down. There you go, Spark gets that kill back. So the roam not working out great for Penta.
No, they're trying to support one another, but the 3 roamers were kind of too far away to respond.
That's a good way to put it.
Yep. Janix took him a while to kind of go back and challenge a 90, but that time Spark was already in position. It really is all about timing. It is everything. Smoke's going to get thrown out from Hungry, but it gets shot in the air, and he's low on HP now. Bibu might try to crawl away. At the advantage. Oh, Enemy gets the headshot on Qual. Lying down on the floor. Bibu low on HP, but Bride will find Enemy all onto Hungry. Low on health, and Bride gets him again.
That's 2 clutches in a row for Brid.
Good God.
Very impressive, and Vitality are, well, very happy about that. That's 4 rounds in a row for Vitality. They go up 4-1.
On attack!
On attack
Villa!
of Villa, guys.
What?
Okay, so something I said, I want to take a second. Something I said about Hungry's playing scared. He was playing scared that round. And the reason is because he has a perfectly reasonable, he has a totally reasonable, understandable, justifiable reason to be scared.
Yeah.
And that's because they're facing relegation. So there's a lot on the line for Penta, and I get that. But I feel like if Penta were playing their match right now, this would be a lot closer. It doesn't feel like Penta are playing Penta. You know, it doesn't feel like they're playing like they normally do. It's just a little bit weird to watch.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being
Good job to
used
Brid,
by
though.
attackers.
Or Bride. He's got 8 kills so far in this match. And he's having a really wonderful time individually. Blaz as well. Blaz has been having some standout performances. I would kind of, you know, point a finger at Blaz's performance like Pengu's performance earlier today. Pengu was doing great, but they still drew. Blaz is doing great, but right now Vitality's up 4-1. And Brid is just walking away with these kills.
Yeah, 8-2 so far. They've been doing work. Of course, that ace clutch really shines.
Oh yeah, I mean, you know, the first 3 were, again, they were through the walls. That's the thing that really stands out to me the most.
Just through the floorboards, through the wall, whatever. You got IQ, right? You can do work with that. But here we are, Vitality again. They're attacking Aviator Game Room, and where are they going to come from? From the bedroom. Classic play, something I definitely approve of.
Yeah, there's two real options when it comes to attacking this site. You can either come from below and by study, or you can come from the master side, and both are good. Master side means you're going to not have to worry about horizontal roamers and direct engagements. You can set up those flank watches. Now, Vitality don't have any actual flank watching operators, which means they're going to have to hard watch the staircases after they clear this out. But that's, you know, that's just old school. People have been doing that in Siege for years, so it's not like you can't do that. We've also got the Jackal to assist them in that endeavor.
Yeah, you got Jackal, you got Zofia. They both combo very well together to kind of know where your opponents are, check it as well, or stun them with the lifelines. The crowd control that Zofia brings. It's crazy to think that one day, not too long ago, Zofia had 4 of those stun Gizmots on the lifeline.
Man, I almost forgot.
That was actually, like, she could burn ADSs like crazy. All 3 could be burned off by one Zofia. That was insane.
I wonder what the thought process was with that. It's like, oh, she's too similar to Ashe. We got to give her 4 stuns instead of 2. That'll distance her from Ashe.
It's like Ella with the 50-round magazine.
All right.
Well, Bride is watching here on the 90-degree window, and he's just making sure that nobody will coming in. This is a pretty sweet spot for the drone to watch the astronomy stairs. I'm not sure you'll be watching for drone in that spot, but it's pretty good. That's how you flank watch. And Bibu just taking off any utility he can find outside of the site. Stun will go off as Spark spots Janix turning around the corner and firing into him. Oh! Enemy wins the gunfight, and Bibu is dropped.
Bibu barely missed that, but he still did miss it. That's a really big win there for Enemy. He was at the disadvantage, but he's going to spin around and lose the fight to Stiggy. Wasn't checking aggressively enough by Study, and, well, now Vitality find themselves back in even man count, but at 4-4 instead of 5-5. Angle being held there from Janix. He'll do a little bit of damage to Qual, but he'll fall off of it. Spark looking for the refrag, peeking into the site. Ashe charges goes toward the barbed wire, that way the plant can come out, but there are defenders downstairs right now who could possibly deny it from shooting from below. That's going to be Blaz on the Jaeger. Only 30 seconds left for Vitality, but that's a lifetime for Vitality's attacks.
Yeah, Stiggy's firing in, making sure that the vault will remain the only spot that Hungry stands in. And he actually will walk into Aviator. There's an extra canister to be thrown out. Stigi is the one carrying diffuser, so the instant he has someone to support him, he's going to go for the plant. Oh! Blast looks the wrong way at the wrong moment. He's going to get taken out. Stigi will stick the plant. They're unsure of where he's at. Qual will get taken away as well as Spark, but Stigi gets one frag. And Bride with the second, leaving Stigi all on his own. Unsure of his last opponent is, but he knows he's going to come around the gunvault. He's watching. And is there anything to give info? No! Stigi gets the kill. And Vitality secure the first half 5-1. Good God! 5-1 attacking on Villa. Ay, ay, ay.
Yeah, at almost no point through this match has it looked like Penta has control over the outcome. The first round was a good one for Blaz. Penta managed to hold out in the site while Blaz flanked. We've seen some really strong individual performances from Blaz. But overall, Vitality have looked in control throughout. And the big thing here is that now Vitality get to go to defense on Villa. Defense on Villa, if you're not familiar, if you're just tuning in, if you've never watched CG Sports, is a heavily favored side. Maybe not as favored as it once was. Based off today, probably won't be statistically, but it definitely is a defender-favored map. So now, with a 5-1 on the attacking half, Vitality have really set the expectations low for Penta here.
Man, Bride is doing a lot of work, but Stigi is right up behind. Even if Penta are able to shut down Bebu pretty much every round, there's always somebody else right behind him.
Yeah.
Support. I mean, this is Bride. He's known as a support player. Yet he's doing so much work.
Yeah, he's got good stats. Brit has got really good stats overall, you know, for Pro League. But they're not the same as Bibu's. Like, Bibu's got like a 1.338 KD. Stiggy's started today at a 1.33. You know, Brit's pulling a 1.04. That's 1.04. That's respectable. That's good numbers, right? In Pro League setting. You got to remember, there's only so many people you can kill in this environment. Right? So these are some impressive numbers for all three of these players, and they're all having a really standout performance today, especially. But I imagine that Brit's overall KD for the season is going to go pretty high up after today. Meanwhile, Penta starting on attack. We'll see what they can make happen here. They're going to be pushing in through Master now. It's going to be the same kind of take we were seeing from Vitality when they were on this site. Nothing too special. Just going to be clearing in through the Master side. Looking for roamers. Oh.
Oh, heat. Oh, Ravon saves the day there.
It's close.
EMP is going to get thrown in. And just to disable any utility setup. Regardless, the drones will continue on. Ravon will spot out the Mozzie. It's been identified there, so Spark will have to kind of play around even longer and waste time away from Penta until those tags go off from the Jackal.
Solid marks coming out here from that Jackal. It's going to be the Mozzie downstairs.
This is such an old strat. Nitro from below as they come into 90.
Maybe.
That's the play.
I mean, it could be. Looks like that's what they're setting up right now. He's waiting for the moment. He doesn't want to give away with the beeps. But he's marked it for, okay, he's marked it for his teammates, and they're going to be on the bulletproof camera, and they're going to call as soon as somebody steps onto that mark, and the C4 will get a kill. Ooh, the bulletproof camera gets destroyed, though. So no information here for the defenders, so he'll have to detonate blind, and yeah, he's not going to get anything out of that.
Hungry still gets shot as Bibu comes around in 90, but Enemy is holding off to the window. Loses Zofia for the Legion, an equal trade pretty much. But you would love to have the Zofia here to stunlock Bride into position as you try to open up the entry into the gun vault, and that's exactly what Penta Sports will be going for. And Janix doesn't have EMPs left.
So they can't open up the wall.
Oh no. Though from behind, Stiki walks it up, he finds 2 kills, and then walks on down, but Blast is able to shut him out. That's going to slow down Penta even more, and they're left in a 2 versus 3. An Enemy is on the opposite end of this hallway. Might try to rendezvous with Blast, but right now, it's an uphill battle for Penta Sports.
Default cam is up, and it will call out the position of Enemy. So he's going to have to push up here and fight Spark, who knows where he's coming from. Spark has every advantage in this situation, and he'll win it with a headshot. Just Blaz now, 1 versus 3. And unlike Vitality, Penta don't tend to thrive in these dying seconds of the round. So as Blast pushes in, he might be able to get some kills to stat pad, but it's unlikely, and he'll just wait it out. That's fine. You know what? You do that, Blaz, honestly. You do that. Round done there. And Vitality now have, if I'm not mistaken, that's match point. 6-1 for Vitality, which means
Penta
cannot jump out of their relegation spot. They are locked into relegations for the day, but not necessarily for the entire season. That'll come down to the last play day.
Yeah, and the last play day for everybody that's watching right now, if you don't know, they're playing against G2.
Yeah, but
so, whilst Vitality plays Sisu, and
Chaos
play Na'Vi.
Chaos play Na'Vi. That's the big one. You know, the two big ones are Chaos against Na'Vi and Penta against G2. If we're talking in the frame of relegation spots, because there's potential for an upset there, but I think most of you will agree that it doesn't seem likely.
It does not.
Yeah. So basically, it's a rough situation for Penta right now. Yeah, that's how they feel.
Yeah, it's a sigh. It's an SMH my head kind of moment.
All right. So Vitality gonna be going to kitchen here after crushing the dreams of Penta. They're gonna go ahead and try and lock this out.
All right, Vitality, you're 1 round away. Your dreams for Japan are, and our math currently checks out,
10 seconds to go.
done.
Right. I mean, well, they're just trying to be the middle team.
And, you know, fair enough. Vitality has beaten Penta again in the French League a week or so ago, 7-3 on Bank, and now they're trying to make it a 7-1. They're giving Vitality so many attacking rounds. There's a couple that actually ended up in a close 1v1.
Yeah.
But the retakes, man, from Vitality were just insane. And I'm really curious to see how a team like Vitality that was so focused on being the French team kind of switched over to having an English-speaking player on it and then doing so much better for it. Enemy will find the first kill, though, on Stiggy. We were just mentioning the English-speaking player. Well, he's now out.
Yeah, well, Stiggy, I mean, he's a good enough upgrade. Like, he's a really good player, so
yes.
You can understand it. Janix is going to get the refrag onto Spark near bike window. And as Spark goes down, it's looking pretty good for Penta. So I said refrag. I don't know why I said that. The second kill there for Penta. And with that, they'll add to it, actually.
Okay.
It's 2 for enemy, 1 for Janix. Now it's just Qual and Bibu. Looks like Penta are not going to be giving up that 1 point. Although that's all they can get.
Yeah, hood up there for the Jaeger on the 416 as Bibu will rotate. So actually, all the way back up. Again on Astronomy Stairs, and Blast will find him. Qual goes for the gunfight, but it's flawless from Penta. Wow, they pick off Vitality 1 by 1. And the work that Enemy did in this round, I think when you put Enemy on the edge, he is going to fight back.
Yeah, maybe it's, hey guys, you know what? We can't get out of relegations today, so no pressure. Just go ahead and lay back in your chair and relax. And then suddenly now they're relaxing, they're doing well.
Yep. It's possible.
The round after Penta could have potentially like brought it back.
If anything, even if it turns out to be a 6-6, Penta would still be in a relegation spot.
Yeah, that's the thing, is like Penta can't get out of this hole in any way other than winning in the next play day. And here's the thing. If they win in the next play day, they also rely on Chaos losing. So like it's what I'm trying to say is it's out of Penta's hands now, which is not a happy place to be in.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused.
And okay, we're going to Trophy Statuary. The thing is that Vitality can just keep moving from site to site over and over again, moving their site rotation around until they find something that they're comfortable in. Like they can even wait till Aviator opens up again. That's how much room they gave themselves winning 5-1 first half. It's a very uncomfortable place to be if you're Penta, to put it bluntly. It's the sort of situation where, as a team, you know you can play on point. You know that you've got what it takes if you're Penta. But you also know that sometimes you lose a round off of one mistake.
Yep.
And sometimes you just can't correct that mistake fast enough. So Penta right now feel like they're fighting the inevitable. A lot of people have been there. It's a rough one, for sure. But also, yeah, I mean, less pressure, for sure. That's nice, in a way.
You don't have anything to lose, so...
Yeah, not today.
Hey.
I mean, again, it's possible that they get out of relegations. It's just not here.
It's not today, as they would say, because there's a 2-point difference between them and Chaos. If you know Chaos lose next play against Na'Vi and Penta win their game against G2, then Penta would survive. But it's not over yet. Hungry fires in against Stigi. Go ahead, get us the statistics there.
Because I want to know, because if they draw today and then draw the next day,
they would tie with Chaos in points. But what's the tiebreak?
That's what I'm trying to find. What's the tiebreak? So Chaos, Penta, Chaos has tiebreak.
Yeah.
9-8.
Not great.
So yeah, there you go.
So.
So basically,
you have to beat G2.
Yeah, Penta's going to have to beat G2 in order to get out of relegation spots. Anyway, moving on. Vitality roaming here. Spark's going to go down to the roam clear, but Qual gets a nice tight angle there on the Blaz and get the refrag. Now, Stiggy was eliminated earlier in the round, which means that Penta are going to retain the man advantage despite that refrag.
Yeah, and Penta have that to play with, which is nice. And Hungry is just scouting out, and that's your teammate. And make sure, yes, it is indeed the IQ. He's going to dive on out and then get himself on the bedroom balcony to open up the wall. Hoping we don't see those soft walls again on the bedroom.
Genix just trying to work his way in here. And, it is taking a long time for Penta to actually start this process of an attack onto the site. They definitely need to speed things up a little bit. They do have a presence inside of Master, but it's not much. I mean, it's just Janix.
Oh, this flank is great, but no, Ravon is ready. And he finds Bibu. Even if he had spotted the Maestro, that was what Paul wanted. He's going to keep spraying in and guess Ravon, but not the second. Hungry takes no damage in the engagement. And enemy's taken just a bit. Penta Sports win round number 9. And they make it 3 on the board, a 6-3. Man, who said Villa was a defender-sided map?
That's true, that's true. We've only seen 2 defensive wins through this whole match. 1 for each team. Gassan, are we going to see this go all the way to the last round?
I swear to God.
Are we going to see a draw right now? Is that what's happening?
Imagine that Vitality 7-0 Giants, and the next day they have Penta resurge over them on the attacking side of Villa. That would be pretty crazy. We've seen it all here in EU. We've seen Navi's return against G2 on
5 up for G2, then 7 in a row for Navi.
Just
7-0 Vitality over Giants. Now here, Penta coming alive right after everything they could have gotten out of this match disappeared. Right after. That's the funny thing.
Attackers need to locate and defeat.
Oh boy.
That's an oy vey for sure.
There's nothing to win for either of these teams right now.
There's only Penta. Oh, even if Penta tie, it doesn't
mean
really
anything.
matter.
It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean a single thing if they tie.
Yeah, because your life at that point is for next week.
It won't contribute to the win if they get it next time. It won't make any difference whatsoever in the grand scheme. Not that I can tell.
Unless somehow Chaos beat Na'Vi, which is unlikely, given how Navi's been playing.
If Chaos beat Na'Vi, then they still then it still doesn't matter, because then Penta cannot get out of their hole. No matter what,
even if they tie the next 2 play days and they tie in points against Chaos, it wouldn't matter because
Chaos have tiebreak. Yeah,
it comes down to what, 1 round?
It's basically, yeah, it is. It's
7-2, 7-1. That's how it went up.
It's 9-8. Which
my God.
Which means that basically what we're trying to get at is this match doesn't mean anything for either team as of Vitality forcing it to match point.
No.
It hasn't meant anything since round number 7. So Penta really fighting for that, though. I mean, it's
a morale thing.
It is. Yeah, I would say it's a morale thing. It definitely is. You've got a lot to fight for sure, in terms of like your own internal structure and how you feel about how you're confident. If you get like a 1 versus 5 clutch like the one Brid got earlier, Or not a 1 versus 5. I guess it was a 1 versus 3 technically, but no, 1 versus 2. If you get an ace, like Brid, for example, then that puts you in a really good mindset for the future of your season. Like, it really it builds trust with your teammates, and that's something worth fighting for, even. So, yeah. But effectively in the standings, it doesn't mean anything.
Attackers have located a bomb.
So locking down 90 now. Janix trying to see if there's anybody through there, but actually it has been completely evac'd. You see Ravon on the opposite side of the map, coming in through the astronomy stairs and checking. Is there somebody coming around the flank? He's already gone all the way down to Wine Cellar, making sure there's no one deep on the roam game. But there actually is someone, and you're going to hear Bride firing off a few rounds. There's actually 2 players downstairs from Vitality. It's Spark and his teammate as well, the Jaeger Stigi, that just got shot down. Ravon dives right into him, and he gets the kill. Not really expecting anyone to go for that kind of Hail Mary play. Janix, though, set in 90, and he's even been boosted up thanks to that bookcase that's been overturned, so you can't nitro him easily from below, but he gets off of it for just a moment and gets back up. Hungry firing a few rounds, as right now the focus from Penta is deal with the Mozzie. Spark will try to use the pings to his advantage, but a beautiful peek from Ravon. That's a wonderful QE. Spark will go down to 3v5, a massive advantage for Penta Sports.
Looks like this is going to keep going and going and going. Penta really doing their best here to bring it back. Claymore not going to catch Bibu immediately, and it's going to allow him to rotate, actually. He doesn't even need to shoot it. He'll come around the long way. He's now behind 3 players, but he's been droned out. And the pre-fire not coming from Blaz, coming from Bibu, and it'll land. Vitality starting to fight back here. Only 20 seconds left for the attackers. They're doing a great job of holding out. And weirdly missed blast from Qual, but he will do a lot of damage to Janix. 12 seconds left, though. Attackers got to move. Qual no smokes left, but he wins the fight against Ravon. Hungry gets one onto Brid with the further refrag, and Penta will clean up shop in the end. But it was certainly very close.
Oh, man. Having the opening from the Habana to just peer into the gun vault was great for Penta Sports. That's what they needed, and they locked down the rotations, and the smoke was close there. Had he gotten the Ash, that would have been a different round. But unfortunately, wasn't the case. Doesn't work out, and Penta fight back. 6-4 now, Silver Vitality. We remain on this meaningless match point, really. Maybe Penta can bring this one back. Aviator Games Room is the site we'll go back to again. And is this a cat? There's a Jackal. Why not play Caveira? It makes sense.
All right. Sure. I mean, why not? Yeah.
I mean, theoretically speaking, right?
It's this match, man. It's just this match.
I was surprised nobody brought up Tachanka at this point.
Yeah, to be honest. All right, so we are going to go to Aviator for this one. I am amazed that this has not been finished off yet. Is this shocking you as much as it is shocking me right now?
I am zapped right now.
You're zapped?
Yes.
Oh boy.
The Twitch drone under the desk, and I can't see it because it's the Elite skin.
Oh wow.
I'd have taken like
10 seconds remaining.
It's taking all my elo.
Pay to win skin. Oof.
Yeah, it's my real life elo.
These memes though.
It reminds me of an old StarCraft meme.
Which one's that?
It's
I don't know anything about StarCraft memes, but enlighten me.
Well, there's 2 commentators that are super important in the scene, Tasteless and Artosis, and they cast from Korea. 2 of the first actual like full-time pro English casters in the world ever.
Okay.
And one time, Mr. Tasteless goes up with a fake marine gun from the StarCraft Terrans, and he literally points it at Artosis like, I go up on the ladder and I play against all these nerds, and I point my gun at him, and I tell him, give me all your ladder points.
Okay.
Great moment.
All right.
So, there's the Caveira now.
It looks like he's maybe been droned out.
They should be able to spot him, and Janix knows that there's something weird about this setup, but
I don't know. The thing is,
he knows it.
Spotted. Yeah, they droned him out. Whether he knows it or not, he's going in for the pre-fire. Will he get it is the question. Oh, answer is yes. Cav goes down. Sparks play does not work out.
That was just like, what are you doing? Cav, that's a hot bubble bath at the end of your Friday night, not at the start of it. You're not done yet.
Well, I mean, effectively, Vitality are done. They went ahead and torpedoed Penta's chances, and Vitality can't get anything out of this. So,
you forgot the bath bomb.
oh no, I'll tell you a story later. Penta going to be clearing out into 90 now, and they have good control from here.
Oh, he got shot through the drone hole, right?
Yeah, it's possible.
The drone? There's no way that they shot it on their own. That would have been nuts. No, there's someone in the gun vault. Okay.
There's no Mozzie in play, so that's not a factor.
Yeah, the drone just got shot outright. So, here you go. It got destroyed. Hungary will try to destroy the shield in the back, but actually there was an ADS covering it. It'll finally be opened up and trying to hit the feet there as Hungary's taking a decent chunk of damage. Maybe trying to stun lock Ride into a better spot, and this is the assault that we talked about before that happened in the previous round as well. Try to lock down the rotations into the gun vault here in Hunting. And can Bibu find one? No! Enemy takes no damage in the engagement. Clean on the head of Bibu.
Yeah, enemy's been winning some really important gunfights as of late, and he's a big part of why Penta are still in this right now. And they're actually looking to push us to 6-5, to be honest. Looks like we might see a draw. It's totally possible. Again, it wouldn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, or at all. It wouldn't matter at all. But it would be definitely a big win for Penta in terms of morale. Vitality looking to hold out, though, as we hit the last 15 seconds, as there's still a gas canister in the hands of Qual. That's going to be a big factor here. Brid, no C4, but he can deny point blank. Sticky's going to get some kills as well as Qual, sorry. Brid's going to get one as well. It's the planter now. It's just Janix. Will he be able to get it? Two for him. He's got to stick the plant now, and Qual will be able to just rush into this to deny. Janix will get off, and that's it. GG's come in the chat. Vitality managing to get the win, although it did come close to the end there, 7-4.
And this is the moment where you're like, if you at least try to stick it, maybe we'll see. But even with that early pick on the Cav, the 4v5 was just too strong. Vitality were able to kind of rally back and win the game off of Penta's performance. I mean, Blast, Enemy, Janix, Ravon, and Hungary all played well if you just look at pure stats. And Vitality actually didn't have as good stats as Penta, but it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. They won.
It's the objective that matters at the end, and Vitality were definitely running it well. That was game.
Yeah. Good job to Vitality. Again, it will not change anything in terms of the standings, not really, not practically. They will actually, for now, be tied in points with Team Empire. But if I'm not mistaken, yeah, Team Empire, yeah, they have the tiebreak. So
Vitality are already locked in at this point. There's no way.
I know that Vitality are locked in, but what I was saying is like they're not gonna overcome Empire in terms of points even temporarily, because they'll have the same amount of points, and Empire has the tiebreak. And Empire hasn't played today, so.
Which is why we're looking at things on Liquipedia and like, yeah, it turned into a hard yellow on top of it, which means Vitality are locked into their spot. So here we go. We still have one more game to go, but potentially an interview in between. So we will have a quick chat with Bibu and his dad. Who knows?
We'll see.
Wow.
We'll wait to see what's going on with that. But for now, match is done. The only thing that couldn't happen there is Penta getting out of the spot in relegations. It didn't happen, and so here we are.
Interview time. Let's go. Bonsoir, Bibu. Welcome again, and congratulations on your victory against Penta.
Thanks.
So overall, the game inconsequential, as unfortunately you guys needed a bit of a Hail Mary to make it to Japan. It doesn't happen at the end. Penta Sports are fighting for their spot in relegations, and today you're able to kind of sit them in their spot for yet another day. But I really want to talk about your attacking side on Villa. It was so well coordinated that it felt like Penta couldn't really do much to you. Now, how is the communication going in between everybody? Because I know you guys are now going through in English between the players, but how did you allow Bride to ace the round that he ended up doing? Because it seemed like at the end he was kind of relying on his own game sense for it.
like we know we make our job, so our work, our homework. So we know they let us a lot of space, and they try to play every site like 3 on site, like around the site, and 2 free roaming or like this. And they love to flank. So we just take the space that they let us free quickly. And after it was just like trying to work on the sites to get kills. And I don't know, like on the we shouldn't like win with the 5 attacks, but like Bride and Stiggy was very very strong tonight. They just carry us. So yeah, just now Bride has incredible gunsons. Like on the kitchen one, he just wallbang someone from the bathroom in the green, like in the kitchen, without any information. And even him, he was surprised. He said, "Oh my god, like I just killed someone with a pre-fire on the floor." So yeah, I was like, "Yeah, you're too good." Like I said, like he's the best player in the world. So
yeah, there was somebody. Oh, Fabian will hear that. There was someone trying to come up from the wine cellar, but he found it the perfect moment. And it was greatly, masterfully played by Bride. But that was that specific round. There was a round when you guys were still attacking, and it was a trophy defense from Penta, and they didn't actually reinforce that bedroom wall. When you see so many soft walls in positions where you're not expecting them at all, what do you think? Does it scare you? Does it make you pause for a second and kind of talk to one another about this, or how do you treat it?
Like no, it's like we saw that the walls were not reinforced, so I think like at the end, like we didn't have soft breacher at the master side at the beginning, so. Just Bride and Edqual, I think, was there, so they just showed in the walls to have like to cut the connector and the trophy to have line of sight, and I think like it's like better for us to have line of sight like this from master with all of ACOGs and everything. And after we just with this wall reinforced, we know that the astronomy side was weaker. Yeah. So we were going to push Astro, and he did pretty good. Like Stiggy came like a 3K, I think, at the end, and yeah, it was like I said at the end when I just came back from Master, I just killed someone on Trophy, and I said, guys, we need to push Astro. We did it. We have the 2 info of one was top of red stairs, one in statue, and all was pretty good. So and Stiggy just make his job. So
yeah,
it was good.
Running the SMG-12 there with the Dokebi, and good control for him to play from Trophy. But yeah, that was it. Final question, I guess. Is there any reason to bring out the Cav at the end? Because I know people will ask, any reason behind the Caveira, or is it just like whatever?
Yeah, no, we know that they were relying a lot on the Jackal information and use it. So Spark just said, okay, my Mozi is not like the worst pick. Mozi is always good because you are denying a lot of information. But like he said, I will try something. We said, go ahead, try something. I think he should maybe just go downstairs, not hiding in bathroom, because you can be drawn. In downstairs, no one is droning. Like, it's very hard to drone all the map on Villa. So maybe he should does that. But like, he tried. We say we were all alright on that. He tried. It's not working, but maybe one time it will be working. So
who knows?
Nice try. That's all. Yeah.
Maybe we'll be able to catch it off on stream and see what happens with the Cav plays. We haven't really had many of them this season, that's for sure. But at the end of this play day, Vitality cements its spot in EU Pro League. It's been a hyper-competitive season. You guys came back from Challenger League and proved to everyone that Vitality is no slouch. Play day 13. Anything you'd like to say to the fans?
So just thank you to all the fans. Thanks for the interview, Milosh. Again, like thanks for all the season. Like we did our best. I think we could maybe go to Japan, but at least we secure a spot in Pro League for the next season. So it was the main objective. We did it. Now it's just bonus, and we try to make the like good game, good team play, and try to have a good games for the viewers. So thanks a lot, and see you next season maybe.
Well, if anything, we will be seeing you on Monday for your final Pro League game of the season against Sisu. And of course, after that, for all the fans that are watching out there, make sure that you follow Vitality through their run in the French League. So that's coming up soon at the end of this month in the grand finals. Actually, it's literally like the first couple of days of November at Paris Games Week.
1 and 2, the first and 2.
Yep. So it's going to be pretty sweet for any Vitality fans out there. Bibu, thank you again. Congratulations on your victory.
Thanks.
And we'll see you soon. Good night.
See you soon.
Good night.
Good night.